Hi guys, it's Jess from Honest Fiction, and welcome to the start of a reading vlog. So, about a month ago, Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl posted on Instagram to see if anyone wanted to reread the Crossfire series. Now, I've never actually read this series. I have all of the books via audio, but I never actually listened to them. But I was super interested, so I believe 10 of us ended up reaching out to Cheyenne, and now all of us booktubers are going to be vlogging our experience reading or rereading the Crossfire series. So this should be really fun. I will tag everyone involved down below. Definitely check out their vlogs. And I'm also gonna try to name everyone. So we have Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl, who actually put all this together. And then Caitlin from The Love Librarian. Jess from Peace Love Books. McKay from Oh Hey It's McKay. Sam from Sam Reads a Little. Tiffany from Neverland Pixie. Tori from Live a Novel Life. Bree from In Love and Words, Mackie from Mackie Really Reads, Nikki from Nikki and Bookland, Rachel from Rachel Reads and Sings, and then Serafina. So like I said, everyone will be tagged down below. Check out their videos. I'm pretty sure we're all posting them on the same day at the same time. So much Crossfire content. Now, I know nothing about this book. I know it was really popular almost 10 years ago, and I know it's like a millionaire romance. But yeah, it should be really fun. I'm so excited to jump into this series, and I will check in with you guys after I've read a little bit. All right, I am officially 10 chapters in to the first book of the Crossfire series, and I have so many thoughts. So first up, this book is so similar to 50 Shades of Grey. So I know everyone else kind of knew this. I didn't realize how similar it was. Like when I started this book, I honestly thought I might have already read the series. It starts off the exact same way with our main character starting a new job and meeting this super hot guy. So yeah, I will say I like Gideon a lot more than Christian. He just comes off as a little bit more normal. Eva, I have thoughts about. So as far as the writing, it's not great. I kind of knew that going into it, but some of the lines are so cringy. And I'm listening to this via audio, which I think is heightening how bad some of the lines are. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm gonna go through the series really quickly. Now, when it comes to Eva, so first off, I really like the fact that they got together pretty quickly. I feel like in 50 Shades of Grey, that was so drawn out and there was so much back and forth. This one, Gideon very much was like, you know what? I like this girl. Let's make it official. And they're dating by chapter 10, which love to see it. Now, the part where I'm at, they just went to the gym together, and then Gideon proposes getting cleaned up, going to dinner, and then going back to his house or her house to have sex. And she's like, no, I don't want to shower. I want you the way you are. Where can we go to have sex? Right now. And he's like, oh, I know a place. Let's go over here. So they go. First of all, sex right after the gym.
Gross!
Not doing it. That does not sound appealing in the slightest. But besides that, so they go, have sex, great time. And then when Gideon goes to the shower, our main character is looking around Eva, and she sees foil packets everywhere, and she sees a dildo, and she's like, oh my God, this is his apartment that he brings girls to have sex. Now, this would be annoying, but you are the one who wanted to go there. You were the one that said, where can we go right now to have sex? Had it not been you, I could see why you'd get upset, but this was kind of your idea. So the fact that she got so annoyed over that, really bugged me. So where I'm at right now, she just had a temper tantrum, threw all of his stuff everywhere, and left the hotel room. So I don't know, that stuff like that just annoys me. So I'm sure we're gonna get more about her past. It seems like something might have gone down where her family is super, not stalking her. She keeps saying that, which is also kind of annoying me. But her family is very protective of her, and she met her roommate in therapy. So obviously something terrible happened to her. I'm happy to or not happy, but I'm interested to find out more of her backstory. But yeah, it's just some of her actions I don't like. I don't love her as a character right now. So hopefully that changes. But yeah, I am very much enjoying the book. I feel like I'm gonna read this series so quickly. So I will check in with you guys after I finish the first book and see if my opinions have changed. All right guys, so I kind of feel like a jerk. I just got to the part where we find out about Eva's backstory, and I feel like it came out of nowhere. I was actually working while listening to the audiobook, and then suddenly she's like, I need to tell you what happened, and it's so dark. So yeah, I feel like a jerk for hating on Eva, because what she went through is terrible. Also, now Gideon is having these nightmares, so obviously something terrible happened to him in the past, and it's just, it's getting intense. So anyway, I wasn't planning on recording again today, hence why I'm in pajamas. But I just wanted to say that, yeah, it's getting a little bit darker. I'm very interested to see where the story goes, and I will check in with you guys after I finish. All right, guys, so this is going to be a rant. I am now halfway through the second book in the Crossfire series. This relationship is so toxic. Ava and Gideon should not be together, and I am firmly gonna stand behind that. I've talked about the Off Balance series like a lot on my channel recently, and Ava and Gideon's relationship makes Kova and Ria's look like the most solid and stable relationship on the planet. Like, they're just so bad for each other. And I know it's fictional, and like I really shouldn't even be this angry about it, but like I'm getting so aggravated every time I pick the books back up. It's bad. Okay, so I'm gonna give a few examples of why I'm feeling this way. So first off, I forget if it's at the end of the first book or the beginning of the second book, but Gideon finds out that he has to go on a work trip, which is fine. I mean, Gideon and Ava have been spending every single day together, and I think he's only gonna be gone 2 days, or it's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they can't be separated that long. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss you so much. First of all, so unhealthy. I get it's fictional, but still, why? So they end up getting in a big fight over this because Gideon wants Eva to come with him on this trip. And Eva's like, oh no, I gotta like talk to my roommate. We just got into a fight. I haven't seen him because I've been spending every single day with you. And they end up working out this like compromise where Gideon, the roommate, and Eva are gonna travel together, go their separate ways, and then meet back up to fly home. Fine, whatever, I can get past that. But then we find out that when they go their separate ways, that Gideon actually hired security to follow Eva around and make sure no one flirts with her. And yes, you can say, oh no, Gideon actually hired security because he wants to make sure that her stepbrother or the bad guy is not gonna try to like track her down. But no, they either make a point to say like the woman had a list of things that she wouldn't allow Eva to do, or like times she had to step in if Eva did something, which is insane. But what is more insane is how Eva responds to this. She ends up hiring security to tail Gideon.
What's the matter with you?
Crazy. They're both crazy. Okay, so getting past that, there's also like miscommunication and like they don't tell each other anything. So Ava ends up finding out that Gideon was engaged to this girl or this woman at some point. And then she sees the woman like leaving Gideon's apartment or where he works. And then when she goes up to Gideon's office, I think he's in the shower and there's like lipstick on like the collar of his shirt and the couch is moved and he just won't tell her why. He's like, I wasn't with her, but I'm not gonna tell you why all of these things are amiss. Which why? Why not just tell her? Like, why are we playing trust games here? It just feels so bizarre. And like, I like that they're in couples therapy. That's great, awesome. But even the therapist is kind of like, what are you guys doing? Like, why? So besides all that, I just read, and this is probably why I'm as frustrated as I am, because I'm gonna tell you where I'm at right now in the story. So Ava's boss's sister-in-law was like, hey, do you wanna go to this concert? And she's like, yeah, she brings Gideon. Everyone's having a great time until Ava realizes that the lead singer of the band is her ex-boyfriend. And instead of being like, hey, Gideon, I know that guy. Like, I used to date that guy over there. Just in case, so there's no weird interactions. Like, you know, Gideon is like one of the most highest powered guys on the planet and he can pull a lot of strings. Like, there's a very good chance you're gonna see the band at some point. Like, why not just like get it out of the way? No, decides not to do that, decides to go backstage and then is like, oh, nope, this might be awkward. Runs away for some reason, not really sure why she didn't just stay with Gideon, but it's fine. So then that guy kisses her and she kisses him back. So then Gideon loses his shit once again, starts beating that guy up, which like, I get being like possessive and like it is kind of hot having a guy like fight for you, but also a little extreme. So then after all that happens, Gideon uses some really interesting interrogation tactics and like has sex with her twice actually, has sex with Eva twice, but then like won't allow her to climax until she explains why she kissed the guy, which like that is not okay behavior. All of this is weird. So then she admits the reason that she kissed the guy back was because she is so jealous of all the girls Gideon slept with prior to them meeting. You're both insane. Insane. And then they go on vacation together like nothing ever happened and it's fine. So I hate I hate the relationship. My favorite character right now is the roommate. It's the roommate. Honestly, he seems like the only sane person, and he has a lot going on. But like, I like him more. Like, I hate these two together. So I've never wished for a couple to fail more in my life. I will finish the series because I said I was going to. Hopefully there won't be another ranty section like this. I apologize if this is one of your favorite series. I'm really sorry. Totally understand. Like, just my opinion. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this. So anyway, I'm gonna try to finish the second book and then I will check in with you guys after I start the third one. All right, guys, let's talk. So I am now halfway through the third book in the Crossfire series. I feel like I might just be hate reading it now. I really dislike both characters. They're the worst. So what happened in the second book, it was just wild. So everything happens with that whole band. They go on vacation, they come back from vacation, and then Gideon just completely shuts down and stops talking to Mia for some reason. And like, we have no idea why. And she's still like pining after him. And it's like, it's so bizarre because like randomly he'll start making out with her and she's like, I love you, I'm gonna marry you one day. And he's like, cool, wait for me, gonna keep ignoring you now. And like, if I was her, I would totally be after like the lead singer of the band who's been like pining after me instead of this guy that's like completely hot and cold. So the entire book goes through, like we go through the book. Also, if Mia's father and mother get back together, one, I will riot because I feel like Mia's father is such a good guy and he's just like a down-to-earth cop who loves his kid, and Mia's mother is the worst. So I'm listening to the audiobook and I just got to the part where Eva walks in and finds out her mom and dad slept together, and I totally called it. Everyone in this book is terrible. They are all terrible human beings and I'm so over it. Like, I hate her. I do not like her at all. She's kind of like insane. So anyway, we find out that the reason all of this is happening, at the very end of the book, we find out that Gideon actually murdered Mia's abuser. And he wasn't talking to her so that way she wouldn't be a person of interest, which like I feel with all of your connections, you could have told her somehow. You could have figured out a way instead of ignoring her, dating your ex-girlfriend, and you know Mia has like, Eva. Eva has like crazy jealousy issues. So like, it was so toxic. Also, while he's ignoring her, he's also like building a replica of her apartment in his apartment, which is so creepy. And she thinks it's so sweet, but it's so weird. So then anyway, we find out he murdered that guy. And then she's like, oh my God, he murdered him, whatever. And she forgives him right away. And she's like, oh, you did it to protect me. Red flag. Red flag. No one should be murdering someone. Like, you guys could have figured something else out. I'm pretty sure it was like extortion. So why not go to the cops and be like, hey, this guy is trying to like blackmail money from me, and like figure it out that way instead of murdering him? Whatever. So we get past that. We're into the next book. And Gideon's like, hey, I want you to quit your job and come work for me. And she's like, but I love my job and I'm good at it. And it's the only healthy thing in my life. And he's like, no, I still want you to work for me. And she's like, okay, yeah, I'll think about it. So I hate it. I hate it. I'm gonna finish this book. I'm gonna try to read the next book. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the fifth book, guys. I am so sorry. I just looked. The fifth book is 14 hours long. And I read at 2 times speed, but that is 7 hours of my life I will never be able to get back. So we'll see if I actually finish the fifth one. But I'm definitely gonna finish this one. I will finish the next one. I just finished recording 4 YouTube videos, so I'm just gonna go and edit all of them right now, and then I'm gonna jump back into this Crossfire world. So I will check in with you guys a little bit later. All right, guys, so this is my final update, and before I get into it, let me just say, if this is one of your favorite series, just know that what I've said and what I'm about to say is just my personal opinion. I am so happy if you enjoy this. Books are great, books are subjective. With that being said, I hated this series so much. I DNF'd halfway into the 4th book. There are so many books out there that I'm very excited about reading, and it was causing me physical pain to continue with this series. So let me explain what led me to this decision. Also, this is only the 2nd book I've DNF'd all year, just to give you an idea of how often I actually DNF books. So, where we left off. Well, where I'm gonna start at. Gideon and Eva are taking a trip, and there's a scene that's kind of like non-con involving Eva doing things with Gideon that are making him very uncomfortable to the point that he's crying and shaking. And I feel like had the people been reversed, had it been the guy doing it to the girl, it would have seemed a lot more R-word. It just made me very uncomfortable. And I understand what the author was trying to do. Like, I understand that they were trying to show that, like, these two trust each other and Gideon's giving her a level of trust. But I hated it. Also, there's a word that is used. I am one of those people that I'm very okay with, like, whatever terminology you want to use during a spicy scene. Milking, for one, like, I don't love it, but it's fine. Ejaculate should never be referred to as creamy. It was full body ick. So that happened during that plane scene. And then they land, and after this very uncomfortable scene, Gideon's very quiet. I'm thinking he's just traumatized. And then he goes to Eva and goes, "Marry me." And it's not a good proposal. Actually, I wrote it down. So his exact wording is, "I'm not giving you any options. We are doing this." So, like, probably the worst proposal I've ever heard. Sounds kind of captory to me. But anyway, so she agrees, they get married, they elope, all good. I can't finish this. I couldn't do it. They're both so toxic. I think at one point Eva is like going through his phone and like rationalizes it to herself. And I don't like these characters. And the smut isn't that good. So yeah, I gave up. So I am very sorry I did not finish the series. However, once again, if you are a huge fan of the series, that is super awesome for you. I'm happy you guys like it. I think if I read the series when I was first getting into romance, I might have liked it a little more, but I've just read so many more like emotional and like hard-hitting series that I could not connect to this one. So I found a quote that I think is perfect to summarize the end of this vlog. And it is by Carrie, the only rational character in this entire series. And he says, "You two are whack jobs separately. Together, you're a goddamn nut house." That is all. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my Crossfire vlog, and make sure to check out everyone else's Crossfire vlogs. I will leave everyone linked down in the description below. I said this already, I post new videos every Thursday and Sunday, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. I will see you all next week. Bye!